We made like 130,000 we grow. We only been doing it for like 6 or 7 months. I think we've run about 5 or 6 contracts. We have nothing to lose. Let's just get a quote from him, put some money on top of the quote, and see what happens. No one knows about this. Anybody can do it. It's not difficult to figure out.
We have a special guest today, Courtney, to talk about winning a federal government contract. I'm so excited to have you here. Welcome to the channel.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Hello, Dr. Kizzy. How are you today?
Doing well. I'm excited to have you here. And before we started officially recording, he had mentioned the pivotal role that his wife, Ashley, has played in all of this. So I'm really looking forward to learning more because there are so many couples who get into government contracting. So how did you get into government contracting?
Okay, so I currently own a trucking company, and I was looking to get like minority certified. I'm a young black man, and I was looking to get minority certified, and it's a lot of paperwork doing that stuff, and so I needed some help. I'm Gen Z, right? So I'm going to Google, I'm going to YouTube, and I was trying to figure that out. And my wife at the time, we had just had our youngest son.
Aww.
And she was just saying how she didn't want to go to work anymore. She was trying to help me with the trucking company, but it was more my thing than hers. And I mentioned the trucking because that's what all of this other stuff got it in the algorithm. And then one day I came across one of your videos. Probably watched about 3 minutes. I'm more entrepreneurial. My wife is administrative. She's a government office assistant. She's always had office jobs. And, so when I saw your video, I probably watched about 5 minutes of it, and just sitting in the car. And then I come in and I'm like, hey, babe, what do you think about this? It seems pretty simple. You love to read and you're detail oriented. So what do you think about this? And she was like, oh, well, I don't know. And then she watched it, and then next thing you know, she's going off about it over dinner. And I'm like knee deep in trucking, right? By the way, let me just say that you have to interview her too, like at another. She wanted to be here, but prior engagements, right?
Understood.
So months go by, right? She goes to get the case code, and she goes to UEI, get the UEI, the case code. She's going through all of the registration, and every step of the way, she's excited. I'm still knee deep in trucking. I don't know anything besides that 5 minutes of the video that I watched when I showed it to her. I pretty much just shared a link, said this sounds interesting. It could have been affiliate marketing or anything, right? It just happened to be this. And, time's going on. And when you're a trucking company and you operate for hire, then you pretty much book all of your work off of what's called a load board, right? And it's pretty much an app or a website, pretty much a central place where brokers meet truckers and, hey, we post load, something going from here to there. Let's call and negotiate, right? So my wife helped me with some dispatching along the way. And so she's telling me, hey, babe, come look at this. This looks like the load board. So then she's just kind of just scrolling through BidNet, right? We went through BidNet. Sam.Gov was a little bit intimidating for her at the beginning. So BidNet, she felt as if she stayed closer to home, she could have a little bit more control, right? Me, I'm shoot for the stars. She more like, hold on, let's just take it one step at a time. So this is really her baby. So as she's scrolling, and one day she just, hey babe, come look at this. This is why she's on maternity leave. Come look at this. And I go and I'm looking, I'm like, hey, so you mean to tell me that you can just take this and sell it to them, and you can just middleman? And she's like, yes. And she's showing me solicitations and everything. So I'm really kind of getting a crash course, and I'm kind of learning inadvertently. I didn't really expect to get into it. One day, what really happened is she shared the password with me. So now in my free time, I'm scrolling, just looking at stuff in my free time because I love business. This is what I love to do. So I'm just like, wow. And my childhood friend who stays across the street from me, he owns a roofing company, and I saw a roofing bid. And that was the first one that I bid on. My wife had bid on some other stuff. She was more doing products. That was like my first shot. Hey, we could just ask him for a quote. And because you said, I believe, have 3 to 5 quotes or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, my motto is if it can be done, I can do it. So let's just get the quote. Hey, Ash, let's just simplify the process, right? What do we have? Nothing to lose. Let's just get a quote from him, put some money on top of the quote, and see what happens. We don't know enough about roofing to call all of these people and be like, yeah, we need this and we need that. But this is my childhood friend who I've been knowing for some decades, right? So he's going to be very clear. I'm being transparent with him. And it was for a roof, and it was two bidders. So we came in at $19,000, and the next guy came in at $32,000. We left $13,000 on the table. We was sick. I'm still sick about that. But that was our introduction. So
and so you won this one.
On it.
So you won.
Yeah, we won. We did.
So you, just to clarify, so you won. You paid for a subscription to BidNet.
Yeah. No, we didn't even pay for the subscription.
Okay, so BidNet was
the
free.
version.
And then this is for a federal agency where you won at 19, but then you're like, oh my God, somebody was 30. So you're a little mad because you realize you could have gone up higher. And who's the win with?
Wait, what do you mean?
Which agency?
Oh, okay. No, this isn't even a federal bid.
State?
This is a city bid. So this is the thing, though. This is the thing.
Tell me.
It's federally funded.
Oh, okay.
But the city is managing it. So in order to qualify, you need to be registered on SAM. So that eliminates a lot of the just normal roofing companies out here that don't know. So, but we can sub them, right? So it was like, hey. And so as I'm giving my spiel, because my whole thing is this, right? I'm a trucker. So you have Amazon, and then you have the truckers who move the stuff, and then you got the broker in between, right? And typically the brokers care most about the Amazon, the shipper. They don't really care about the carriers. They kind of make us go to war with one another over rates. So my thing is the subs are kind of the carrier, right? And then the government would be the Amazon, and then we're in the middle, the broker. So my thing is care about the carrier, care about the subs, because they kind of get swept under the rug and all. They kind of get, oh yeah, well, anybody can do a roof. But what happened was, my wife is probably gonna be mad. Maybe I'm giving away too much thought, but whatever. What happened was we developed a rapport as we continued to bid, because I didn't really know too much. So as I'm first talking to our subs, I'm not communicating the details properly, so I'm just kind of screenshotting the solicitation and sending it to him pretty much. Can you do this? And he was a little skeptical at first. It felt a little scammy to him because no one knows about this, right? So after we win, and then we win another one, now he's like all in.
So what was the second
one? The second one was another roof. It was for like a park. It was a restroom, and they needed to redo the restroom, right? So the first, it was for, I believe, $13,000.
And through BidNet?
Yes. So we are just now in the last 2 weeks really hunkering down into BidNet. We have a senior, and she just graduated. Her open house is Sunday. So graduation and prom and all of that, and then I'm still doing the trucking, and my wife still has her job. So it's like, we're trying to slowly transition back into like, okay, as we watch more videos, it's like, hey, we got to get into SAM. Like, yeah, that is cool, but it's limited, right? And oftentimes there's more competition because you don't need to be registered for a lot of stuff. It's not always you need it. So any company who comes across the solicitation can bid. So now there's 10, 11, 12 people sometimes on custodial contract or lawn services and things like that. Those things everybody's bidding on these things. And so as we kind of start breaking into SAM more and watching more and more of your videos, you start to see that it's like, okay, we really, really need to get SAM, not even to compare it to, like, I'm still looking for things that fit my sub, or my guy right now. I'm still doing that on BidNet because that's more local and regional, but it's like, okay, I need to cross some state lines and really, break off in the SAM. So that's our next. We only been doing it like 6 or 7 months, right? So the amount of roofs that we won, I think we've won maybe 9 or 10 roofs So it's been like, I think about 5 or 6 contracts.
So you've won 5 or 6 contracts in roofing. And are they all in the same vicinity, or are they all over the United States? Break that down for us.
Well, that's how I said prioritize your sub, because, hey, how far are you willing to go? You know, and that's what we do in trucking, 150-mile radius. Okay, cool. So whether we're going north, northeast, south, whatever, as long as it's 150 miles, then you're good to go. So that's kind of how it's been. So within 150 miles of our home base is kind of the thing that we've been doing. But one of the main reasons why we said we want to go to Sam is because on these local and state projects, you have to be present. There's a lot more. You have to be present to sign the contract. You have to be present to, you know, if there's a mandatory pre-bid meeting, you know, so it's a lot more face to face. And then when you look at Sam, it's like, hey man, just bid through Unitom, you know, and send us the email. Here's the email. We'll get it. We know what to do. And, you know, it's a lot more. Yeah. So that's really our next thing. But we made almost, I want to say, I forgot what the number is because I've been working, but I think it's been like 130,000 we grossed. Yeah.
It's amazing.
Like 6 months.
And then what was profit off of that, if you don't mind sharing? You don't think of the exact number?
Between 10 and 15%.
Which is amazing.
Yeah. So it's and then we have it worked out with our sub now, because now that we've developed a rapport business wise with him, now it's like he understands exactly what's going on. So now it's like, okay, don't put too much on here, and if we win, I'll take care of you on the back end, you know. So it keeps our numbers competitive. We still get paid our amount. He can shrink his numbers so that everybody can win. So he's that type of guy. So that's what I said. You take care of your subs, then they'll end up like he'll bid on jobs that he kind of wouldn't probably do privately, but I'll bid on that because that, you know, it could help everyone out. And he has a good team. It's been great so far. I'm really hoping to grow from here. Definitely.
Well,
I'm a little bit nervous. Can you tell?
It's all right. I mean, you should be very proud of yourself. You and Ashley should be so proud that within 6 months, you've won 9 bids using BidNet. You've really gone hard into the roofing area. And then on Sam.Gov, there's tons of roofing opportunities. You could just, I haven't looked on there, but I suspect there's probably at least 50 roofing bids that are.
Oh, yeah. Miss Kizzy, Dr. Kizzy, I'll be on there. Hey, look, I'm to the point where it's like, I feel like it ain't a roof in America getting put up that I don't know about. I'm checking everything. I'm on city, state, county, Sam. I don't care if it's Sam, Saul, Paul, Jock. I'm on everything. I'm on everything. No, because it to me it comes down to there's a lot of different things happening here, but like, okay, you just come on here and you go on Sam or BidNet, and like I said, you go straight for the custodial bid or straight for the landscaping or 500 t-shirts. You gotta know that there's a lot of people like me out here trying to get started, and that's kind of low-hanging fruit. I'm not saying don't bid on that stuff, because I've seen a few people on your channel that have won their first bidding on those type of things. But what I've learned is from bidding on those things that you kind of got to use your brain a little bit. You got to find jobs, because like I said, I'm not always on Sam. So I know my guy he's going to go within 2.5 hours, 150 miles from home base. So I'm looking up every city, every county within 150 miles, you know, and if I'm on Sam, I was on Sam looking for a roofing job, and it was for shingles. And then I found a guy who doesn't do shingles, but he only does flat roof, like way in Montana or something, right? And then, so 1 second, Alexa off. And so as soon as I get off the phone with him, I got his hometown. I'm looking, he told me his whole radius, the whole state of Montana, and I do Idaho and all this. Okay, cool. So now I'm going flat roof crazy. I'm looking for every city, every state, county. Are you bonded? These type of things matter, you know, asking them all of the questions, just kind of getting them verified. But that's why I said I want to speak about my wife, because she's more administrative. I'm more like ambitious, like gotta go. So I can hold the conversations with the sub, and I'm showing up to the job site and I'm signing the contract. She's making sure we're getting paid. She's doing the invoicing. She's making sure everything is flowing properly. I get stubborn. She keeps her foot in my butt. You know, she asks me questions I don't want to answer. Yeah, but she's great. She's great. This is the thing. Okay, this is what I learned. I'm sorry, I'm just rambling. I'm just excited to be on
this is perfect.
Zoom call with you. I've learned that invoicing is very important. Obviously, right?
Yeah.
But it's like you win the bid, and most of the information online is to give people who haven't done this yet the confidence to just start bidding, and you'll win eventually. But there's not as much information online to, okay, after you won the bid.
Right.
And then this is it. Yeah. And so we execute and we get the job done. And then we're like, oh, the money's coming. And then they're like, so we're almost expecting them to send it. And it's like, no, you gotta be on these people's head. Because, okay, rule number 1, get the money. Rule number 2, don't forget to get the money.
Right. Which is correct, because people think that when you invoice a client, they're just sitting there waiting to get your invoice. And that's not how it works. So you have to follow up. You got to be in contact with the point of contact. You got to do all those things. So I appreciate you sharing this. What are some other back office items that your wife, Ashley, handles too?
Organization. I am a bright person that bounces from here to here to here to here. And I'm one of those people that you'll come in my bedroom and it may be messy, but I know where everything is. And so when she enters whatever bid I've been working on, she's like, hey, whoa. We got to make this thing clear so that I can come in and know where everything is without having to ask you too many questions. Right. So, I mean, she does everything I do. I do too. So, she bids and I write proposals as well, but I don't do anything without running it through her. Everything gets checked through her because we've made mistakes. You have a couple of those bids where it's like, okay, we underbid we left a lot of money on the table. The first time it's like, hey, at least we got it. And then the second time it's like, okay, we need to have a talk, we need to have a talk. And she's the one to initiate the conversation. She's the one to make sure everything is on the up and up. I'm just more vocal, but this is her business. Let's not get this twisted. Like, this is her. I mean, it's ours, but I always tell her, I say, you're the boss. You're the boss. You make the final say. Let's have the hierarchy because you're more detail oriented than I am. We had a situation where when we put the gutters on the house in one of the cities, the city ordinance called for 5-inch downspouts, commercial size. And the roofer put normal size, like 3-inch downspouts on there. And so he had to come back on his expense, but she was kicking herself in the butt because that's the type of thing she does. Make sure those downspouts are 5-inch. Make sure he's there for the inspection. Make sure the pictures get sent. Give me all of the pictures so I can keep everything in my files. And she's the one with the key to the file cabinet. I don't come near that file cabinet, Miss Kizzy. Tell you right now.
Like, don't be messing up my file cabinet.
No, but I just want to just take the moment to tell you how much I appreciate you, because this is how we plan to change our lives. And when we first started this, the trucking was going fine for me. And then things happened as they do in business. And then this wonderful business with next to no overhead pops up, and it's like, hey, this is alive and thriving. It's very under the radar. It's very, no one person or 10 people could take up all of this stuff. It's so many hundreds, thousands of opportunities every single day. And when you're coming from, my other business failing or not doing as good as we'd like, and then you have this over here, and it's like, I'm on the road driving my truck. oh yeah, I'll be there. I'll be there Thursday at 3:00 to sign. I'm getting loads from Chicago, getting all the way over to the. Just listen, I'm pulling up the city hall in my big truck, going to go sign contracts.
I love it.
Both jobs at once. We actually had to reschedule this because we just won another bid, and they ended up at the last minute scheduling the contract signing at the same moment that you and I had scheduled for our original meeting. So we had, I'm like, Kizzy would say, go get the money. So I'm going to reschedule and go get the money.
Yeah, I'm glad to get the money. I love it. I totally love it. I love this. I love that you shared so many good jewels and gems, because this is real. Like within 6 months that you won 9, I mean, this is phenomenal.
I used to be a rapper. I used to do music. I'm 35 going on 36 now. And I have a wife. We have 4 children together. We have 3, and she's currently pregnant.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yes. So we headed right back to maternity leave from 2023 and 2024. Yeah. So we've been looking for a contract to take at least 1 or 2 kids, away from us. We've been looking to see if we could find somebody to do that, but they haven't posted that on Sam yet. But no, in all seriousness, I used to do music and I used to travel a bunch, and I've been trying to get back to that. I've been trying, but I went the family route. I decided to have a family. And the reason why I'm saying that is because anybody can do this. I mean, you have to have a certain skill set. You have to want to read. You can't hate reading and do this.
No.
You can't shrink under pressure. No,
you can't at all.
You can't be lazy.
No.
It's not set it and forget it. It's not one of those rotisserie chickens. When there's an issue and the subcontractor says, hey, this isn't how it's supposed to be, you have to be able to stop what you're doing and call your person of contact, and you have to, hey, we need to get this figured out. And sometimes it's as simple as just linking the 2 of them up and, hey, you got that number, can you call Dave? Sometimes it's that simple, but other times, you have to be hands on a little bit sometimes. And I found myself, I was so excited when we first got started a few months ago. I pretty much wanted to tell everyone. And then I realized that, my mom used to say this when I was a kid, everything ain't for everybody. And I don't want to be discouraging. I don't want to discourage anyone, because that's what you're against. You're trying to, so, but I do want to be clear that it's like, simple but hard. Is that fair?
It's very fair.
Like you have to work. It's not difficult to figure out, but you have to show up. You have to show like you're really working with the government. So, and a lot of these times when you fill out this paperwork and you fill out these solicitations, there's going to be a document somewhere in there that's going to ask you, hey, have you ever been debarred from anywhere? Have you ever messed up in any city, state, or federal job before? Just let us know. So you may not get too messed up.
Yeah.
You can slip, or but we had a bid we won when the inspector for the city, he said that, in fact, it was our first one. Remember I said we won at 19 and we came in at 15, and he called us concerned. Maybe I shouldn't be saying this, but he called us concerned. Because he was like, it was only 2 bidders and your bid was like half their bid. Are you sure that's enough? I was like, let me call you back. And I called my subcontractor. Hey, he said, is that enough? He said he's concerned because the other bid was twice as much as ours. You sure? Because I'm a little bit scared because I don't want to underbid this thing and then we end up owing money. You sure? He was like, yeah, I mean, well, just he was, I don't know what's going on. So I hang up with him and I called the guy back and I say, hey, I just talked to my subcontractor. He did say that, he might have left something out, whatever. He said, well, go ahead and fix it and bring it back. And I'm not supposed to be telling you this. And we end up adding $4,000 more.
I love that. I love
it. And so just, Yeah, so that brought us up to like 19.9, I think, something like that. And just off him being like, you never know, you know. You just got to keep bidding, man.
You
Got to
never
keep
know.
bidding.
And I love this because you, Courtney, shared so much. Like you shared the insight. You've talked about how you've gotten the wins. You talked about the back office that your wife Ashley's taking care of. You talked about the things that happen. This happens all the time where they may call, we're not supposed to tell you this, or they send an email or a text message. This is very common. And so I appreciate you coming on and being forthright about it. And people are going to want to contact you. So Courtney, how can they reach out to you?
Okay. You can reach out to me. What would be the best? Well, I'm in the group.
In
That's how you follow me.
Yes.
Hey, look, I will tell everybody, join the group. Join the group because the group is extremely supportive. You'll get a response from the group faster than you could get a response from you, like on your YouTube or something like that. You'll get a response probably sometime in 10 minutes. And there's a lot of women in the group. So that means that the environment is very endearing. It's like I posted that I won a bid, and it was like, I'm like, yay, we just won, me and my wife, we just won, and no experience, and we won like 70,000 or whatever the number was. And then it's like, I look up 3 hours later, it's 200 likes. You're even in the comments like, hey, just sent you a DM. I'm like, babe, Kizzy just DM'd me. She's like, no. I go to the DM, I pull it to my DM and I show it to her like, look at this. They always love the interview. I'm like, you want the interview? I'm like, we like yelling in the house, like, no, this is not real. Cause I've been telling her from the beginning, you're going to talk to that lady. You're going to talk to that lady. You're going to do really good at this. My wife is like really she's the energy behind everything. She's the one who makes this thing go. She's the glue. I would say I'm sales.
Okay. Good. It's a good analogy.
You know, right. You know, my title is operations manager. And then her title is lead consultant. I learned not to lead. I usually don't like to lead by saying I'm the owner. People tend to expect you to make decisions right there in that moment when you say you're the owner. And so I'd like to be able to say, okay, well, let me talk to my team about that. And, you know, and we'll talk about it over dinner or a movie because they never have any idea that my wife is the team.
I love that. I love that.
I do have a question for you.
I do want to share this. First,
okay.
winnerswaybook.com, winnerswaybook.com, check out the book. Question.
Yes.
Give me the question.
My question is, do you use or is there any technology for bidding for the process? This is like an app or a website where it's like your solicitations are here, this is what you bid on, here's your correspondence.
There are some CRMs out there, client relationship management. I've used a couple back in the day. There isn't a particular one that I recommend. It's all about what works for you. I think this is good and this is great for people watching the video because you got to do what works for you. Some people use Google. You got to do what works for you. Mm-hmm. But there are some out there. Okay, yeah, because that's kind of what we've been searching for, like I said, so that she would be able to walk in the office pick it up
when I'm not around. Yeah, so I'm actually in my kitchen right now. So we have what do you call it? This
like
is
your
paint.
bid board. It's
like a chalkboard. It's chalkboard paint on this door. So I'm always writing chalk, and you probably can't see it, but it's like, here's a job, RFQ. Did you ask the questions that you need? This, that, and that, and that. And so it's like we try to find whatever ways we can to communicate. We try to keep this whole graph full with bids. So we try to be working out on like 10 or 12 at a time. And but man, these kids is serious.
I love it. So again, where can people connect with you? Definitely get a copy of winnerswaybook.com.
Okay, I'm sorry. I would say, okay, our website is kimgroupconsulting.org.
Okay.
My email is operations@kimgroupconsulting.org, or you can find me in the Facebook group. I answer DMs. I posted that I won some bids. I had a few people actually contact me to pay me for consulting. I've been doing this for 6 months. I believe in transparency, so I don't really feel comfortable with consulting someone, and I can help you get your cage code, or what I'll probably do is just copy and paste one of your videos or something like that. But like I I'd rather just talk and we can have a dialogue more so than charge someone to help. But yeah, I would say contact me on, and those are the best ways to contact me. And we threw the .org on there because I be thinking about the subs, right? We threw the .org on there because anybody can have a .com. But if I call you and I say I'm calling from this so-and-so, you're an HVAC guy or company, then I just feel like with .org, it feels a little more serious.
No, I love
And
that.
it's $4 more a year.
I love that you did that. I think it's brilliant. It's a great marketing technique. I am so proud of you and your wife. I'm so honored. And there's definitely going to be a part 2 because you're going to be at like 30 wins in the next few weeks, or actually a few months. So I appreciate it.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I would like I never had seen anybody come on twice before, but I would like, shout out to my wife, Ashley, if y'all could set up something where she can talk, you would love her.
No, I would
love her.
I would love that. So again, everybody, check out the book, winnerswaybook.com. Connect with Courtney's in the Facebook group. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification, and don't forget, everything is possible. And thank you again, Courtney, for being here.